Welcome to Spenelli Speaks. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Danny and I am so excited to show you what I have today. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you always see when my videos come through. I can't believe it. I had a fantastic weekend. The biggest book haul I probably have had in a while. It has been crazy. I explored so many bookshelves at so many different places. I basically went on a scavenger hunt at all of the thrift shops in my local area, and I went to 6 different thrift stores where I actually bought stuff. There are a couple that I left without anything, so I can't believe it. Plus, I'm going to show you the books that I picked up from the library when I went on my bridal dress shopping excursion with my mother. So I didn't show you those books in that video, but I have them here for you today. So let's just do a quick count of all of the books that I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 books, guys. And if we look at the receipts here, so from the library, they were all quarters. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. So that's what, $1.25. Okay. Plus this one I spent $5.23. So that's, let's say that's $6.50. This one I spent $3.13, so that's about 9. We'll say 9.25, so, or $9.75. Then we have this one, which was $3, so that's what, $12.75. And then we have another $2, which is $14.75. Then we have $4 because I rounded up to support to their cause. So where was I? I think I was at $12.75, so $16.75. Plus, this one was the best one, $2.36. So roughly, where was I? 14, 15, 16. No, I think I was at 16. I'll do the math later and let you know. But I'm pretty sure I got over 25 books for under $20. That's insane. So let's get into it. So first things first, what did I get at that library book sale? So I got 5 books. These are all of the books that I got at that library book sale, all of which are a little bit older, but that's quite all right. Amy Tan, if you've seen some of my other haul videos, I'm starting to pick up her books because I've heard really good things about them, and I thought it's high time for some Amy Tan. So this one is Saving Fish from Drowning. This one, I have no idea what it's about, but like I said, I've just been picking up Amy Tan books. So that was the first. Again, hardcover, okay condition, 25 cents. You can't beat that. So that's the first book that I picked up. Then I've been hearing and seeing a lot of books by this Jojo Moyes on BookTube. I've been seeing a lot of the books displayed at the library. So when I saw this, I was like, you know what? Just like Amy Tan, maybe it's high times for some Jojo Moyes. So this one is Still Me. Again, I have no idea what this is about, but I am interested in reading it and seeing if it's an author that I'm going to enjoy. If you've read any of this author or Amy Tan, please comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. I'm super excited to kind of get into an author that I haven't read before. So for 25 cents, I figured it's time. So that was 2 books there. Then I saw this book. It's called The Home for Unwanted Girls. And the cover really just spoke to me If you know me, you know that I am all about a good cover. I have no idea what this one's about. It looks like it says, in 1950s Quebec, the French and English tolerate each other with precarious civility, much like Maggie Hughes' parents. Maggie's English-speaking father has ambitions for his daughter that don't include marriage to the poor French boy Gabriel Phoenix on the neighboring farm, but Maggie's heart is captured by Gabriel. When she becomes pregnant at 15, her parents force her to give the baby up for adoption and get her life back on track. And then it goes on to say that the baby is basically put into an orphanage, I guess. So this one, I mean, I don't know, the cover just really seemed interesting, so I thought I'd pick it up. I'll definitely read this sometime soon and let you guys all know how it is. If you've read this, again, comment below, let me know what you thought. So again, a quarter. I mean, good condition books, how can you go wrong? So then this one, I have never heard of this author, Sarah Woods. This is called Done to Death. It was in the mystery section. I love the cover. So you can see it's an old quill pen, and it's a super tiny book, and I had a little bit of a, like, mystery. Oh my gosh, you guys, it has one of the old things for the card. Oh, it's a relic, everyone. So I would love to read this one. It looks like it says a suicide note prompts Miss Anthony Mayland to visit mystery writer Emma Ansay for a few days in the small Yorkshire village of Burton Cecil. The picturesque countryside cannot disguise the bizarre and incestuous going on she finds there: poisoned pen letters and shocking suicide, counterfeit coins, and murder that disrupt the closely knit community with wild rumors and vicious accusations. Ooh, this sounds like a cozy mystery. Pretty darn good for 25 cents. So I'm going to be enjoying that one sometime soon. And then I have a brother who lives in Germany now. He is currently stationed there with the army, and he and his family will be living there, so I have a new place to visit. So I found this one, which is The Culture Shock, A Survival Guide to Customs and Etiquette for Germany. And, might be a little bit outdated, but I think a lot of it will probably still apply. So I thought that would be a really good thing to pick up. 25 cents, you can't go wrong. So I figured I'd glance through this a little bit before I head on out and make sure that I blend in with the locals. So I got that, again, 25 cents. So 5 books, $1.25, you can't go wrong. Then, on my amazing excursion to all of the thrift stores in the area, I picked up the rest of my loot. And let me tell you, I picked up a few pretty good ones. So let's get right on into it. This first one being something I read in high school, and the only reason why I picked it up was purely for nostalgia. Shabanu. If you have read this book, you remember how horrified you were reading it with a bunch of other people your age, especially boys. This book talks about a girl growing up in like India or something, Pakistan, and she talks about her periods, and it's super awkward for a bunch of prepubescent or post-pubescent people, and I think we were freshmen in high school, and it was super awkward the entire time we had to read this book. So I saw it on the shelf at Goodwill for 79 cents. It is the exact copy that we were reading. It looks exactly the same. It totally brought me back to 2000, and I was like, I have to buy this book and just keep it on my shelf so I can always remember how young and naive I was when I read it. So that was, again, 79 cents at Goodwill. Then I was like, okay, so I'm shuffling through, and by the way, people, I do not shop the regular section at Goodwill. I only shop in the clearance section. So there are probably many good finds in the regular area, but I refuse to pay more than $2 for a book. That might sound ridiculous, but I mean, there are so many good books, and yes, I do believe in giving the author their dues, but very rarely do I buy books that aren't in the clearance section. So I found George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones. Now, I have only watched maybe half of the first season of the HBO series, and for me it was like too much. The only character I even cared about was Dany. Probably because she shares my name, because she's super awesome and has dragons. I mean, hello. But it was just too much for me visually. It was too gory and all that kind of thing. So I'd rather read about it. So I picked it up. It's in pretty good condition. It's not bad at all. And 79 cents, everybody. Heck yeah. Got an awesome book for 79 cents. So I picked that up. Pretty excited. I don't know if I'll get to it this year. These kind of books I really have to be in the mood for, but heck, for 79 cents, you can't go wrong. Then, you all know that I love my Mitch Albom. I found The Timekeeper, which is one that I have not yet read, so that's awesome for $1.49. It's in great condition. It'll go right in with all of the rest of mine that I have, and I'll be able to read that probably this November, because if you remember, I do like reading Mitch during the November season because just makes you feel thankful. So Timekeeper was $1.49. Then I found this one. It's the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society by by Mary Ann Schaefer and Annie Barrows. I'm pretty sure they made this into a Netflix movie called The Guernsey, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a book. I think that's so hilarious when I see movies or television shows and I have no idea that they're actually based off of books. But I'm fairly certain that this is what that's based off of, at least the time frame of that. So I'm kind of excited to read this. I heard that it was a pretty good movie and, you know, kind of like a love story, but I like how it's kind of set up. It kind of goes in, there's like letters that have been written, so it's kind of correspondence style, and it's not too long. It's under 300 pages, so I think that would be something interesting to read. Again, I got it for $1.49. It's in really good condition. Why not? Then I picked up The Reader, which I have seen this book a couple of times, and I've wanted to pick it up because I wanted to read it because the movie was critically acclaimed and all of that kind of thing. But every time I saw the book, it had the movie cover on it, and you know how much I hate when they put the movie covers on the books. The book is the book and the movie is the movie. Keep it separate, people. But anywho, for 79 cents, I actually found a cover that is the actual book cover. Of course, it's an Oprah's pick, but anywho, I seem to have a lot of her books. Not like she wrote it, but she picked it. So I'm interested. This is about kind of a love story between a young boy, a teenager, and a much older woman who kind of have an affair, and then some years later they rekindle, or they find each other again, but it's in a different circumstance. She's being convicted for murder, so it's supposedly very interesting. That's all I really know about it, but I'm really excited to get into it because it sounds real fun. So that was, again, 79 cents. Then, I've never really had any intention to read this book. However, I have seen it a ton being talked about on Lauren and the Books. Lauren loves Bridget Jones' Diary. She rereads it every year, and she just has everything to say about it. I've only ever heard of it from seeing the movies, and I actually haven't seen the movies, but knowing of the movies. And again, this is one of those books where you try to find the book and it has a movie cover on it, which is so annoying to me. But I happened to find it for 99 cents at the Goodwill, and this is an original cover, so I was like, okay, Lauren, I'll read it and I'll see if I like it as much as you. It is not a big book. I was actually surprised. And you know, something that's really sad, when I came home, I opened the book and the very first page is like ripped. Isn't that so sad? It's like the worst thing ever when you come home and you're like, oh, it's not in like that great condition. But at least it's just the first page, and it's not a page that really matters, I guess. But anywho, for 99 cents, I got Bridget Jones' Diary. Then oddly enough, I have been picking up this author's books quite a bit. You'll see she's going to be coming up along the pike for more. So I had picked up in one of my last hauls, let me see if I can find it. I think, so I picked up Big Little Lies, and then I think I have another one of her, like Husband's Secret or something like that. But I found this one, which is What Alice Forgot. And this one actually sounds really interesting. So this one says, Alice Love is 29, crazy about her husband, Nick, and pregnant with her first child. So imagine Alice's surprise when she comes to on the floor of a gym. She hates gym. And is whisked off to the hospital where she discovers the honeymoon is truly over. She is actually 39 years old, has 3 kids, and getting divorced. That knock on her head has misplaced 10 years. Now Alice must piece together the events of the lost decade and find out if it's possible to reconstruct her life at the same time. She needs to figure out why her sister hardly talks to her and how it is that she has become one of those super skinny moms with really expensive clothes. Ultimately, Alice must discover whether forgetting is a blessing or a curse and how to start over. So I picked this up because I keep seeing all of her books everywhere, and for 99 cents, I'm like, okay, maybe it's one of these things where I try to find all of these books. If I like them, I like them. If I don't, I will unhaul them because I've been getting better at that. So this one is What Alice Forgot. Again, 99 cents. You can't beat that. Then this one was kind of like a quick find, and it was actually one of the more expensive books. It was $1.99 at the Goodwill, and it's called Bringing Down the Duke. And this is a Evie Dunmore book, but what I found what was interesting is right here, there's a little like stamp, and it says A League of Extraordinary Women novel, which I thought was really cool because for me, I think back to A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which is a comic series that I read. But when I saw this, I was like, ooh, I like England. Ooh, I like extraordinary women. So I was like, oh, what a great idea. I'll look at this. So it says England, 1879. Brilliant but destitute Annabel Archer is one of the first female students at Oxford University. Her scholarship demands that she recruit men of influence to champion the rising women's suffrage movement. Her target, the cold and calculating Duke of Montgomery, commander of British politics. But Montgomery wouldn't be the kingdom's greatest strategist, if I could frickin' read, if he couldn't turn the tables and confront Annabel with an altogether different offer. Locked in a battle with a rising passion and impossible attraction, Annabel will learn just what it takes to topple a duke. So I don't know, it sounded cute, and I like England stuff, and the cover is really what drew me to it. I was like, oh, I like that. I like covers. Oh my gosh, it's an advanced reader's copy. Huh. When is this supposed to be? Oh, on sale 9/3/19. Oh. So I might find some errors in this book. That's fun. Anywho, this next one I think is going to be real dumb. It probably isn't very good. However, so this is how I saw it on the shelf. So I just saw this and I'm like, oh, Quillifer, what is that? Quillifer. And then I pulled it off the shelf and saw this face. Can you see it? Yeah, that's all I kept thinking. I'm like, that guy's looking at me like he knows something I don't know. And then I read the very bottom. So I got this book for $1.49. The very bottom, so it's the author and it says, kills every damn time. Well, that's an interesting thing to say about an author. And then I opened it up and look it. It's a signed copy. So I was like, I don't care if this book sucks or who this author is. If it's a signed copy for $1.49, I'll take it. So I did. I don't know what it's about. I don't think it's going to be any good. It's a huge heifer of a book. But everything on here is hilarious. I mean, I wish I'd written this one. Like, these comments are so weird. Well, I wonder if that works. Look at what's back here. I got 60 minutes for talk, text, and web. It's a 90-day plan for a basic phone. Weird for bookmarks, man. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that is. What it says on the inside, which isn't very much. Scamp, con man, soldier. Quillifer is a man you'll always want in your corner. Quillifer is a young man who is living an uncomfortable life in his beloved small nation of Deuceland. Until it is invaded. A charmer, not a fighter, Quillifer soon finds himself a refugee with a talent for getting himself out of trouble. A talent he'll need when he joins the army in pursuit of an ideal and finds himself at the epicenter of war. That's it. That's all you get for this humongous book. And this weird looking guy. I mean, look at him. Yeah, he wants something. And I'm not going to give it to him. So again, for $1.49, a signed copy of a book, I'll take it. Now, as we go, we're still going, people. We still got a ton of books. That was only one pile. Okay, next we have what I found. So that was all the Goodwill books. Now we're moving on. Oh, I missed one. Secret Garden. Oh, yay. So I got this for 99 cents, and it's such a funny story. I saw it at the Goodwill, and I was like, oh, I remember this book. It was so good. I want to reread it. And then I went onto Instagram, and I was just goofing around, and I found someone was talking about Secret Garden. So I commented on one of her things, and I'll link all of the information below, but Kate Howe has a booktube channel, and she is doing a readathon or a read-along with this book, Secret Garden, and I believe, and I'll kind of scroll down the hashtag, but I think it's like March into the Secret Garden, and I'm part of a group of people who are going to be reading this together, and I'm so excited because that was like one of the main reasons why I even joined booktube, is to really just, you know, become part of a community where people are really helping you be part of it. And I was just like, this all happened over a course of one day. It was just like the best thing ever. I was so excited. So I'm going to be reading this in March. You'll see more to come. But again, I got it at Goodwill for 99 cents. And it was basically just a catalyst of just really awesome things that have happened since. So I'm like really excited about that. So you'll see more to come. So that was everything that I got at the Goodwill. Then I went to a local Bethesda, which is another kind of thrift store, and I got a couple books. I found Nora Roberts' The Next Always, which is book 1 of the In Boonesboro trilogy. Now, I've read this book. I've read the entire trilogy on my Nook. At the time, I hadn't bought any of these, but these were so good. These ones were more paranormal. So it's about these people who are basically they're building or rebuilding this inn, which has been dilapidated for a long time. So they're doing a lot there. There's a character who like owns a bookstore or something like that, and there's this ghost living in the inn, and they're trying to figure out how to help it move on, basically. So you learn a lot about this. I really liked the characters of this book. So when I saw it, I was super excited. It was only 99 cents, and I can go and find the other ones. I was really excited about that. I would definitely reread this for my Nora Roberts collection. It's really great to have. So I was super excited about that. Then I was really kind of skeptical. I held on to this book, and then I was like, do I really want it? I'm not sure. But it's Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. It was $1.99, so it was kind of up on the scale there. But if you recall from one of my reorganization videos, I have read Dark Places by Gillian Flynn, which was super dark, like scary kind of for me. But I saw this there, and I was like, you know what? I really did like her style of writing. They also made this into like an HBO series. It's not that big. I've heard good things, so I thought I'll go ahead and pick it up. I'll give it a chance. If I don't like it, I'll go ahead and DNF it, or give it away, unhaul it, that kind of thing. But for $1.99, I figured it's in great condition, it's worth a read, and then again, if I like it, I keep it, and if I don't, I'll get rid of it. So that was another one from that Bethesda. Then I found this book. So this is The Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. So this is a classic, 49 cents. This book smells like death. Oh my gosh, it's glorious. For all of you out there that know what I mean, you know, like death in a good way. This book smells like the history of books. It is so, oh my gosh, it's so weird. But that is like the main reason why I bought this book, is it's like so nostalgic. It just smells, it's like every memory I've ever had about a book and smelling it is all inside this one book. It's so extreme. Like every time I smell it, it smells a little different. And you know, it could be asbestos. It could be something that like now I'm hallucinating. It smells so good. I love this book. Seriously, I haven't read this one. It sounds pretty interesting. But all I want to do is read it. I mean, smell it. I can't talk anymore. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. You know when a book smells so good. You just can't stop smelling it. I mean, that's why these Nooks and these e-readers, like, no thank you. I want a real book, and I want it to smell like the existence of every book ever. So that was a Portrait of a Lady by Henry James for 49 cents. That was all of the books that I got at Bethesda. Then at St. Vincent de Paul, which is another thrift store in my area, I got the best deal ever. I got 7 books for $2.36. Yes. When I walked in, they had this entire big shelf unit, and you could fill a bag for $1.50. Now, needless to say, I did not fill a bag because the books that were there weren't the greatest books. However, I did get some good books. Let me show you what I got. So, remember how I was telling you about that Leanne Moriarty books? I got 2 more. So I have the Hypnotist's Love Story. So this one is another by that same author. And then The Last Anniversary. So now I think I officially have 4 or 5 books of hers. And I'm excited to try to jump into her. I've never read her books before. So I got 3 just all together. So this was part of that big shelf of put it in a bag thing. So realistically, I think if I do the math, I basically paid $0.25 for all of these books. So quota. Now this, I typically don't buy books that have this much damage on the front, but seriously guys, for $0.25, and I'm not sure if I'm even gonna like this author, I figured, you know, a little tape will kind of fix that. It's gonna sit on a shelf. This one too has a little bit of a scratch right there, but again, for $0.25, everything else looks fine. I mean, that's a pretty good deal for a pretty, you know, noteworthy author. So I got those. Then I also got A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Again, I've not yet read this, but this is a classic. And again, if you put it all together, it was like $0.25, basically. And then I got this book, which is called Garden Spells. And the reason why this one stuck out to me is because the book that I was reading this past month in February called The Book Charmer, in the very beginning of the book, or excuse me, on the cover, it like refers to other books that are similar. And it mentioned this book. So when I saw it, I'm like, that is such a coincidence that I found this. So I'm like, I can't believe that. Again, this has like some major tape on it, which typically I'm like, oh, I don't think I really want that. But again, it was basically $0.25. And this one, so this is in a garden surrounded by a tall fence tucked away behind a small house in the smallest of towns is an apple tree rumored to bear a very special sort of fruit. In this luminous debut novel, Sarah Addison Allen tells the story of that enchanted tree and the extraordinary people who tend it. So I think there's a little bit of magic in this one, similar to the Book Charmer. But I figure for a quarter, guys, a quarter, you gotta buy it. Then I saw this book and I was like, oh, I have to get this for myself. It is the Bringing It Home England, the ultimate guide to creating the feeling of England in your home. And for someone like me who loves England, I thought it would be a perfect book for me to come and bring this lifestyle to the rest of my family. So like it has beautiful photography. Like look at, oh, I want a plate like that. I'll just set it up on a makeshift mantle and then it'll look like an English country style home. Oh, and look at the quilts. Oh, this is for the bedroom. And then beautiful quilts for a country quilt. Oh, and for photos all over. Look at that wallpaper. I am a super dork. Then the last two books that I have here that I picked up from the section that was not part of the put in a bag for $1.50. I found Where the Heart Is, which is by Billy Letts, and I'm pretty sure that this was made into a book. Oh. I'm pretty sure that this was made into a movie. Very while ago. Long while ago. But it's about, let's see, talk about unlucky sevens. An hour ago, 17-year-old, 7 months pregnant, Novalee Nation, was headed for California with her boyfriend. Now she finds herself stranded at a Walmart in Sequoia, Oklahoma with just $7.70 in change. But Novalee is about to discover hidden treasures in the small southwest town. So yes, I remember this movie. I think it was Natalie Portman's in it. And then she meets some guy who helps her. It's a really cute story. So seeing that it was a book, which again, had no freaking idea, I'm excited to read it because I really did like that story. So this said it was $1, but I'm looking at my total here and I think she only charged me 50 cents because yeah, it was only $2.36. So it was 50 cents for any paperbacks. And then I got Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, which I do not yet own nor have I read. So that's another classic. It's one of these Signet classics, which is really nice because that's a lot of what I currently have, that style. So it'll fit right on into my shelves. Super excited. So again, guys, oh my goodness gracious. I'm gonna have to do the math and show you the total right here. And yeah, I think that is 25 or more books under $20. That is freaking amazing. I mean, you cannot go wrong. So best book haul I think I have ever done, and the best books that I've gotten from a book haul. Tell me, have you guys gone on any book hauls recently? What have you seen? What is your limit? Like, do you have a magic number of, I won't spend more than this on a book? I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people doing online orders and they're really excited about like a $10 book. I can't even imagine. I'm like, I see a book that's more than $2 and I'm just like, maybe next time. But anywho, thanks guys. I know this one was a little bit longer, but we had a fantastic haul here. Lots of different books. If you've read any of these books, please comment below and let me know what you thought. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, I really hope you do. I super love everyone who comments on my channel and adds such a great community to this already expanding community. So it was a pleasure to show you what I have, and I'll see you next time. You know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye!